Hey everyone, today we're going over my 3 favorite investing apps, starting with the one I think is the best for beginners, Public. With a unique Twitter-like feed, profiles are going to see what your favorite YouTubers and even video game characters are investing in, and explainers for all the investing jargon you'll see on a stock's info page. Public has truly made investing more accessible than ever before. But before I go into the app and show you exactly how to buy a stock, let's answer the 5 most asked questions about Public. 1. Is Public free to use? Yeah, it's completely free to open an account on Public, and they don't charge commissions for buying and selling US listed equities, which is like US stocks, ETFs, etc. Instead of selling your trades and data to cover their costs like some other apps do, they give you the option to tip them a small percent of each transaction, but it's definitely not mandatory. And as you'll see shortly, Public lets you invest in a wide range of asset classes, some of which do charge transaction fees. 2. What accounts can I open with Public? Public lets you open 2 types of accounts: brokerage accounts and treasury accounts. If you're new to investing, brokerage accounts are kind of like checking accounts for investing. Basically, everyone has one and they're not retirement related at all, and how they work is you put money in, you invest that money, and then the brokerage account holds your investments until you eventually sell them. And treasury accounts are a lot like superpowered savings accounts. They let you invest your money into treasury bills, which are basically IOUs offered by the US government. Right now, they'll pay you over 5% interest on your money, which is 500 times more than a normal bank savings account would pay you, and you're still free to withdraw your money whenever you want. 3. What can I invest in on Public? Public offers fractional share investing on stocks, ETFs, treasuries, crypto, and even collectibles like this first edition Charizard card. This means instead of buying a whole share of something like Tesla for well over $100, you can buy a piece of a share for as little as $5. You can't invest in index funds, but they do offer index ETFs, which are by and large basically the same thing, so it's no big deal. 4. This is a good one. What does Public do better or worse than its competitors? Well, unlike a lot of other investing apps, Public doesn't push you to do risky things like trading options. In fact, they don't even offer options trading, which I think is a good thing because you shouldn't be trading options, especially if you're a new investor. It's a great way to lose money while pretending to be the Wolf of Wall Street. My only complaint is that they don't currently offer retirement accounts, so you either have to have one through work or open one on another platform. 5. Does Public have a sign-up bonus? Yeah, Public currently gives you a slice of free stock worth between $3 and $300 just for signing up through my referral link in the caption and depositing at least $20 into your account. Getting free stock sounds kind of weird, but a lot of fintech companies have realized it's way more effective to pay you directly to join their platform than to pay for expensive advertising that tries to convince you to join their platform. So now let's walk through exactly how to invest on Public. I have the app open right here, and like I mentioned, it is insanely easy. Now here we are at the homepage. It's pretty clean and simple. Shows your whole portfolio down there. Have your watch list down here. Awesome. You can access your treasury accounts right here if you want to, if you have one open. And if you did just open your account, you need to deposit money into it. We just go right in here, right across from where it says buying power. There is deposit and invest. So let's go ahead and click on deposit. You obviously have to connect your bank account to this. So I already did that. And let's do deposit custom amount. Let's throw $1 in there. $1 will be deposited. Whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. Let it load a little bit. And boom! What this little section means right here, instant deposit available, is that since I deposited that $1, I mean, obviously it takes kind of a long time. It takes a couple days for the dollar to move from my bank to the actual Public app. But Public's like, hey, we know you're good for that dollar. It's en route, so we're gonna let you invest this dollar right away, which is super cool. Not all brokers do that. So we're gonna hit done, and then if you want to invest, let's go over to the next tab here, this little world tab. It allows you to scroll through everything that's really trending right now in the markets. But if you already know what you want to invest in, let's go ahead and go up to the search bar up here and type in VOO. Just a quick disclaimer, this is not a recommendation to invest in VOO. This is literally for illustrative purposes only. Do all your own research, yada, yada, yada. Here we are in VOO's info screen. So if you scroll down, it tells you basically everything you need to know about the stock. And if we click on something like we mentioned earlier, it does give you the definitions of all of the little stock market jargon in here. So if you're ever worried about like, oh, I don't know what ETF type is, or I don't know what a price to earnings ratio is, or AUM, what in the world is AUM? Just go ahead and tap on it and it will tell you what that means. And if you want to make an investment into this, go ahead and click on trade down in the bottom right corner of the screen. You can hit buy or recurring buy if you want to continually put money into this at a specified interval, like every week or so. but we're gonna go ahead and hit buy right here. And now you'll see we're on the buy screen. It's asking if we want to buy in number of shares, not in dollars. You're saying, Nick, I thought you said fractional share investing was a thing on here. Well, it is, but unfortunately for me, it is 2:43 p.m. Mountain Time, and the stock market closes at 2 p.m. Mountain Time, and they don't let you do fractional share investing outside of market hours. So if you want to queue up a market order, let's go ahead and go into extended hours in the bottom left there, buy VOO in dollars, and then just queue a market order. And then it'll ask you how much you want to invest in VOO. It shows you your buying power right there. I have $7.85 to put in there. And yeah, let's just do all that. Let's do $7. Then you can see the trade confirmation screen here. Place order for $7 in VOO at market price. And you can see how the fractional share investing works. I'm buying 0.01848 of a share, not a full share. For a total of $7. And you see the little tipping option down there. I will leave that checked because, hey, shout out Public, supporting beginner investors everywhere. Let's go ahead and submit that. And boom! You are officially an investor, assuming you are following along step by step with me on Public here. The next app on our list is another great option for beginners, and it's where I started investing myself back in 2015, Robinhood. Even after some questionable decisions during the GameStop saga, Robinhood remains a great place to invest because it was built from the ground up to be beginner friendly and not overly complicated. Let's get into the 5 questions. 1, is Robinhood free to use? Yeah, they don't charge commissions on stock or crypto transactions. They can afford to do this because they do something kind of controversial called payment for order flow. Instead of executing your trades in-house, Robinhood sells them to a third party who may then execute the trades at a slight markup so they can secure a profit. We're talking pennies on the dollar here, so it's not a huge concern, but it's still a concern for some nonetheless. 2, what accounts can I open on Robinhood? Robinhood started off by only offering brokerage accounts, but has since expanded to include cash management accounts, spending accounts, crypto wallets, and traditional and Roth IRAs, which are retirement accounts that they offer a 1% match on. So for every $100 you contribute to an IRA on Robinhood, they'll give you an extra $1. It's definitely not life-changing, but it is a nice feature. 3, what can I invest in on Robinhood? They also offer fractional share investing on stocks, ETFs, and crypto, and they also let you buy and sell options contracts. It's worth noting their fractional investing threshold is lower than Public's. You can buy a slice of a stock or an ETF for as little as $1 versus Public's $5 minimum. And like Public, you aren't able to invest in index funds, but they also offer index ETFs. Question number 4, what does Robinhood do better and worse than its competitors? Well, you can tell that Robinhood was truly built from the ground up to make investing as easy and non-confusing as possible. However, they've been accused of making investing too easy by gamifying it. Some experts have expressed concerns that this encourages Robinhood users to make impulsive and irrational decisions with their money, like getting into options or day trading. This, along with payment for order flow, is why I ranked Public ahead of them as the best for beginners, but it'd still be smart to download them both and see which one you prefer. 5, does Robinhood have a sign-up bonus? Yeah, they were actually one of the first investing apps to offer a free stock sign-up bonus. If you sign up through the link in the description and link your bank account to Robinhood, you'll get a free stock worth up to $200. All right, now let's see how easy it is to invest on Robinhood, and let me make sure I cover up my Public pop socket logo here. Feel ashamed to go over Robinhood while a Public logo is clearly in view. But here we are on the home screen. As you will see, it's a lot more like simple than Public is. They keep it a lot more streamlined. So if you're into a more simplistic design, as opposed to maybe some more features, then maybe Robinhood is an app you would want to check out. As I mentioned, I actually did start investing myself on Robinhood back in 2015. Now I did move to Fidelity after I think 2 or 3 years, but I did leave my original balance in Robinhood, which is what you're seeing up top here. Now, if you need to add some funds to your account, it's very similar to how you do it with Public. So you go ahead and click on buying power here right below the graph, go to deposit funds. I'm just gonna do $1 again, update my bank account, review that. Frequency just once. You could put recurring transfers in here. Let's transfer that $1 and boom, there we go. Deposit initiated. Instant deposit available. So they have the exact same feature as Public. So if you put $1 in there, you're gonna have $1 available for investing right away, etc. Now we're going back to the main page, and now how do you actually get to where you need to invest? So let's go ahead and click this magnifying glass up here in the top right of the screen, and you can see they have a bunch of different stock screeners, trending lists, market news, different things you can go through. But let's assume we already know what we want to invest in. Again, not investing advice, but we are going over to VOO again just to keep things consistent and give you an illustration of what it's like to invest, not a recommendation of what to invest in. You can go through their stock info page as well, see what the performance has been like. They have candlestick charts here, which are a little bit more confusing for the everyday person to read. And they have a whole bunch of other info down here. Unfortunately, unlike public, they don't give you the option to like tap on these things and see exactly what like an expense ratio is. By the way, that is a fee. That's something you should really pay attention to. 0.03% is pretty standard for S&P 500 index funds. And what that means is for every $100 you invest into one, you pay 3 cents in fees a year. It's really not that bad. And you can go all the way down, yada, yada, yada. But if you actually want to trade and invest in this thing, go ahead and click the big green trade button in the bottom right corner of the screen. Obviously, you can see Robinhood does have options, so you can trade options on this if you want. But we're just going to go ahead and hit a normal buy order. Go ahead, throw in $1, review, order summary, swipe up to submit, and boom, order received. The best investing app, at least in my opinion, for experienced investors is near and dear to my heart because it's where I personally keep the majority of my own money. Fidelity. Fidelity is by far the oldest app on this list. It was founded back in 1946 and is the oldest of the big three brokers of Fidelity, Vanguard, and Schwab, and is my personal favorite user experience-wise among them. Time for Fidelity's 5 questions. 1, can you guess what it is? Is Fidelity free to use? Yes, for the most part at least. As of 2019, because of pressure put on by apps like Robinhood, Fidelity no longer charges trading commissions on US listed securities, so you can buy and sell stocks, ETFs, etc. free of charge. Accounts are free to open as well, but if you do choose one of their managed account options where their advisors actively help you invest, you will be charged a fee for that, either in the form of an actual management fee on your account or fund fees on the funds they invest you into. 2, what accounts can I open with Fidelity? Basically any investing account you can think of. I have a checking account, brokerage account, Roth IRA, traditional IRAs, SEP IRA, and an HYSA with them. You can also open education savings accounts like 529s and Coverdell's, custodial accounts to invest for your kids. They have those managed accounts we mentioned back in question 1. They have a brand new crypto account, and if you want a tax advantaged way to give to charity, you can even open a donor advised fund with them. 3, what can I invest in on Fidelity? Basically any type of traditional financial security. So we're talking stocks, bonds, ETFs, index funds, mutual funds, options, CDs. And like I mentioned, they've recently introduced crypto accounts, but as of now only lets you invest in Bitcoin and Ethereum and none of those other altcoins out there, which honestly is probably a good thing. They also allow fractional share investing for as little as $1 into stocks and ETFs, and even offer their own low-fee index funds. 4, what does Fidelity do better and worse than its competitors? Fidelity does 3 things better than the other 2 apps on this list. 1, I find them more trustworthy because they've stood the test of time. I'd rather hold my retirement accounts with a broker that's been around for nearly 80 years than one that was just made within the last decade. 2, investment and account variety. As we just went over, they offer basically everything under the sun in these departments, so they can truly be your all-in-one money platform. And 3, they have by far the most robust customer support staff of any app in this video. They also offer a great experience on both a desktop, which is honestly where I usually access my Fidelity accounts, and on their mobile app. However, there are another 3 reasons I would caution a new investor against using Fidelity over something like Public or Robinhood. 1, they just have too many options with all these different accounts and investments to choose from. You could easily be overwhelmed and just not start investing in the first place. 2, unlike Public and Robinhood, Fidelity wasn't built from the ground up to cater to brand new investors. Honestly, it was probably the opposite. They started as a high-level investing platform, and then over the last decade or so, they were like, oh, it's probably a good idea to make this a little bit more accessible for the everyday person. So the platform isn't as intuitive and lacks a lot of the other learning features the other platforms offer. And 3, if you do choose to work with their advisors through one of those managed accounts, you may end up paying more fees than you realize through both management fees and the fees of the funds they're investing you into. To see how much you could potentially be paying in fees over the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years, go over to FINRA Fund Analyzer and plug in the ticker symbol of the funds they're investing you into, and it'll spit out exactly how much fees you would be paying. Overall, I clearly love Fidelity, but if you're just getting getting started in your investing journey, there may be better options for you. 5. Does Fidelity have a sign-up bonus? Yeah, they actually have a couple offers going on right now, including giving you $100 when you deposit $50 into a new account. As always, I will leave a link to sign up down in the description. The investing process on Fidelity's app is pretty similar to what you're gonna see on Public and Robinhood. Now, as I mentioned, they do have a great website that I usually do use to trade, but their app is awesome as well. Let's go ahead and dive into it. So if you do want to deposit funds into your account, this is the app home screen. Go ahead and click the $ in the middle where it says transact, and you're gonna hit transfer. Now, I can't actually show you this transfer because, as I mentioned, my bank account is actually on Fidelity, so I can't transfer funds from an outside bank account onto it because I don't have one. But you just choose from your bank account to your brokerage account, Roth IRA, whatever you want to invest in. Frequency, if you want to set up recurring transactions, again, this is how you would do that. Amount, enter the dollar amount, then go ahead and hit review. Now, after your money is inside of your account to actually invest in something, we're gonna go ahead and go up to trade up in the upper left-hand side here. Gonna stick with VOO. Again, not investment advice. All investing comes with risk. All the standard disclaimers here. We're gonna see a info page that's pretty similar to what you're gonna see on Robinhood and Public. It tells you basically everything you need to know in order to buy it. It's pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. Go ahead and hit that buy button in the bottom left. We're going to go to my SEP IRA. Actually, it looks like I have $26.71 in there I can invest. I wonder if I didn't turn dividend reinvesting on there. We're gonna do a market order session. Now you reach a similar problem as the other apps where it says, hey, how many shares do you wanna buy? Click up in the upper right-hand corner where it says limit, change that to market, and it says shares right under the 0 now. Go ahead and click on that, and now it says dollars. So we want to invest 26.71 to get that fully invested. And it's not gonna let us put the trade in right now because just like before, this is still after market trading hours. So you can see here, the stock market is technically open from 9:30 a.m. Eastern to 4 p.m. Eastern. If you want to invest outside of those hours, it's not gonna let you a lot of the time. So that is how you invest on Fidelity. Remember to sign up for all of these platforms through the links below and let me know in the comments which one you end up going with.